Let me put on my helmet cam, or dork cam, whatever you want to call it. Let Brandon and Carson make fun of me. Chopper MC266, and we take wood material from the landfill, grind it up, and then they inject color with this color injector right here. It shoots it into the hopper there, into the drum, and then obviously puts the color to it there. What's up, Brandon? How you like my dork hat? And this is just a radial stacker here. That's what we use so we can make a larger pile. It wouldn't take long at all with the conveyor belt coming right off the roto chopper for it to pile up. Then you have to move it twice, so that mobile stacker just helps us make those big, larger piles, and we can work longer. What you doing today, buddy? Y'all ain't got the paddles for your other mixer yet? Yeah. Too short. You have to stop. Oh, okay. There's a Hyundai 960. With a big tip out bucket. I love this thing. It's a good machine. That bucket's huge. You can move a lot of material real quick. So what they'll do, they'll dump it in the main hopper here. Carson, what's up, dude? I'm talking to my hard hat here.
I see that.
What you trying to do, get her level?
Yeah.
Man, it's done rain so daggone much. Probably just gonna sink down in the mud. So they'll dump the chips in here, then it'll go into the grinding chamber, and that's where the dye is injected there. That's just a feed wheel. So that big wheel there just turns and forces the material into the grinding chamber, where the big rotor is with all the teeth. That will then just chip it up and screen it, sort of, kind of too. There's a screen plate in there, so you can see what size mulch you want to make. I think we're probably going to be making like a 2-inch mulch today, but look at all this mud. I'm telling you, it just will not quit raining. I'll hop up in the Hyundai real quick, show you the inside of the loader. Hopefully the guys have got it halfway clean. Yeah, not bad. In this environment. Our operator station. You got your computer there. All your options, you can change all sorts of things on this machine. It works out really good, especially over here in all this mud and these conditions. You can change your axle slip, limited slip, whatever you want to call it. It's just a super nice machine, and this seat, man, it's really, really comfortable. Hyundai's got it figured out when it comes to operator comfort, because if you can keep the guys happy and comfortable, you'll definitely be more productive. And I've been an operator for my whole life, and it sucks when you're sitting in a uncomfortable seat, and you're definitely not going to be as productive as you can be. So props to Hyundai, man. They're doing a great job. Nice big roomy cab, radio, AC, heat, the whole 9. So that's what the view looks like from the front, or out the front windshield. And that is a big bucket. I think that's 9 cubic yards there on that one. It's a big one, so helps out a lot. You don't have to make a lot of trips and burn a lot of fuel to go get the material and bring it back to the hopper. Quiet machine too, and we haven't had any trouble with the DEF system. A lot of my other equipment's been giving us hell on the diesel exhaust, you know, cleaning system, or DEF as most people call it. This one's been really good, so I'm glad that somebody finally got it figured out. We piped water over here from the Hart Pond at the sand plant operation, if you saw that video. So that's where the water is coming from. It's about a half mile from here, I would imagine. Brandon's gonna get the conveyor sped up here and get her running. I'm gonna move because all that junk's blowing in my eyes. And it's gonna get loud in a second once they fire up the big roto chopper. This got like a 500 horse cat. Once it starts going, I'll probably quit talking because it'll be pointless. It's got a crossbelt magnet on it, so it'll grab any nails that might be in the material from the pallets. You see they all get pulled out. Got a magnet there to grab them first, and then also we opted for a secondary rare earth magnet that's up there on the head pulley, and it'll grab any that make it by, which is very few. It'll grab them and they will fall out right here. So 2 magnets on this to make double sure, you know, no metal makes it into our final product. Big old cat purring, and this is the actual rotor spinning that has the teeth on it that will grind the material up. You about ready? What you gotta do now? Alright. That's about it?
Yeah, that's about it.
Alright. Alright, do it to it. right, maybe you can hear me now. That machine's really loud. So the wood products that we're grinding are all 100% recycled. So they would have wound up in the landfill had we not pulled them out and done something with them. So it's kind of a feel-good product. You know, the dye that we use obviously is non-toxic, and it lasts a long time, and it just gives you a really nice, you know, really nice colored product that lasts in your yard quite a long time. So it's a feel-good material. You know, you're recycling, making something good. We created jobs. No negative to it, really. How's it look, Brandon?
Looks good. Do a water test.
What you looking for here? Just how much sticks to your hand?
Yeah, how much will bleed on my hand like that?
Yeah.
How it's got all the spots all over it, and turn the water down a little bit.
Okay.
Where it'll dry out.
I got you. And of course too, now it's starting to rain again, so that's great.
Yep. Just turn the color up a little bit.
All right. Looks good, dude.
Thanks.
So you can kind of see the water spilling out there a little bit. So since they just started up, you know, depending on the moisture level of the material, of the feed material, Brandon will have to adjust the water and the color so that we don't waste too much color, yet use enough to coat the material and make a good looking product. We'll fly the drone a little bit. So here's where I thought, you know, it'd be a good idea to get some drone footage of Hyundai loader and the roto chopper, you know, doing its thing, making some pretty brown mulch, and just get some neat footage, see how close I could get to the conveyor without hitting it. You know, do a cool little 360 shot of the stockpile and the mulch coming off the belt. You know, this will look really great later for social media and whatever. Follow the Hyundai loader around a little bit more. Playing in the mud. Got some cool shots of it. It's scooping up chips to take to the roto chopper. Like, hey, I'll follow it. You know, just kind of give you guys a general idea of the entire process. And it worked out pretty good up until I had the bright idea to get right above the feed conveyor right here. And I said, hey, I know what I'll do. I'll look straight down, and then I'll switch over to sport mode and go as fast as I can straight up. You know, sounded like a cool idea. And it was working out really, really good up until a point. The wind wasn't blowing down on the ground. You know, it was just a little breeze, nothing substantial at all. So I was like, oh, this would be awesome. I'll just keep going up, and film the whole thing, and you know, that'll give all the viewers a really good bird's eye view of the whole place, and you know, kind of get you a feel for it. So I got it full throttle here, just climbing as quick as it could. And this is a DJI Mavic Mini. It's a little bitty old thing. Takes great video and pictures. And the battery lasts for about, I think, 33 minutes. Pretty awesome little tool. And try to fly it quite a bit. We just got it not too long ago, so I'm not the best with it. So anyway, getting probably pretty close to around 2,000 feet right now. And not really paying attention to how the drone is moving right here. I was just thinking, great, you know, this shows the settling ponds from the sand washing operation, shows the concrete blocks. You can see a track code down there moving some blocks, You can see Gerald and the loader, up at the top left going to feed the wash plant. So I was thinking this will be great, man. You can see everything. And I'll just drop down real quick, when I'm done. But I wanted to pan up and show where the compost operation is or was. And all the while, I'm not paying attention to really how fast I'm going. But right about here, I guess we got sucked into some kind of, I don't know, jet stream of a stratosphere. I don't know what it was, but we start hauling ass. And I said, okay, I better get down real quick because, we're leaving my property, and I didn't want to get too far. So I'm trying to come down right here. But then I start losing radio signal a little bit. And so I'm not sure if I'm coming down or what I'm doing. The screen kind of went black, just for a minute. Then it'll come back, and I was like, oh crap, I'm over I-20 now. So still trying to come down and push into the wind, and it's just not working. So I'm like, are the controls jacked or what's going on here? But really what it was, the wind was just blowing so hard. Even at full throttle forward, this is all I could do. So trying to come down and go forward at the same time, which is eating up, a ton of battery. And so right about here, I start freaking out because, I didn't know if I was going to be able to get it back. So radio reception still in and out about right here. I'm going to fast forward this little bit because it's kind of boring a little bit. We're just sailing, floating away, and there's like nothing I could do. I'm still trying to come down, still trying to go forward. Nothing's working. I'm getting flustered. And, at this point, I'm like, all right, well, it's just gone because I'm going to lose radio reception. So I'm trying to make it return to home. I hit the emergency return to home button, and it says, wind's too high, switch to manual and return home manually. So basically, it's like, you stupid idiot. You flew up into the wind where we told you not to, and now you get yourself home. So I start looking around for reference points, and you can see how far we're going. So I'm just watching the distance meter click up. So like at 5,000 feet away right now. So we're a mile away from where I started in like no time. So still trying to come down. I think right here, instead of trying to go forward, I just hit down. So I was like, okay, if I can just get down under this wind, then maybe, just maybe, I can make it back. And so I'm still getting, a picture, an image. Occasionally, it'll kind of come through between the just, losing signal. So I was trying to get some ground references, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I can just land. Well, as you can see, there's really nowhere to land. So I was like, all right, well, just try to keep coming down, get under that wind, and then, try to haul ass back. So start making a little headway here. I guess we finally got out of the crazy torrent of air up there. But we're really, you can tell we're just barely moving, and this is real time. And the battery meter all the while is just, man, it's just clicking down. So here we're probably, I don't know, 12% battery. So I'm still, now I'm going forward and down at the same time. Just, it's still windy, but at least I'm making some headway. So I was like, all right, well, if I can just maybe get down, right above the treetops. And then, too, though, I was thinking, man, I was like, if it dies in I-20, that could be bad. But I still thought it was a bit of chance right here that I could make it back. I'm still hopeful. And the battery's down, probably 9%. And, right about here, I think it probably went to 8%. I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I figured it would let you go all the way down to 0%, or 1% maybe before it kind of took over on its own. but it doesn't. When you get to around 6%, that's when it decides it's gonna take over. So I did see that little clearing down to the left, and thought about making it there, but again, I didn't know, what percentage this thing would let you go to. So I was just gonna try to get as close to home as possible. At least if I could get on the other side of I-20, it'd be easy for me to just walk right across the street and find it. But just tons of trees and no really good place to land. And again, I just wanted to make it on the other side of 20. So at this moment, I'm kind of like just, it's all or nothing. Either we're gonna make it or we ain't. Battery's down to probably 7 or so at this point, and so I'm really starting to worry. I was worried the whole time, but here I was like, all right, I don't know. I was really second guessing whether we were gonna make it home or not. And the wind was still pushing. I mean, this is in sport mode, which is the fastest mode that little drone has, and just couldn't do it. But you can see the trees aren't moving. But I did go check my aviation website, and the winds aloft up at 2,000 feet were, I think, around 32 knots, I think it was. So I don't know what the exact translation, but probably somewhere like 40 miles an hour is what it was. So even though it wasn't blowing on the ground, didn't mean anything, because it was sure enough blowing up above head. And so we're down to 7%, something like that here. And I'm doubting. And then at 6%, this is when it said, all right, you're done. We're going to force landing. And so it pretty much right there said, all right, we're done. And it starts bringing itself down. But look how still it is down there. It was crazy that wind could be blowing that hard just above the treetops. It's just barely swaying a few little limbs down there. But anyway, it's obviously it doesn't know it, but there's no chance in hell it's gonna have a good landing here. So it's going down. It's got its camera pointed down, and I guess that's where the sensor is too, because it's whenever it finds ground, which it just thought it did, then it's like, okay, I found ground. I'm just gonna set down. But then I guess the sensor is like, oh, well, where'd ground go? And then finally, the battery just runs all the way out, and it hangs on that limb right there. So I'm bummed out. I'm pissed off. I lost my drone. Probably never going to find it. So I came back to the office and looked online. What can we do? And there's you can go into the DJI app, and it'll show you the last ping location, which I'll show you. You wouldn't think just by looking at the sky that the wind is really blowing. But after we left the roto chopper, I thought it'd be a cool idea to do a neat drone video and fly it way high and show the site. And you wouldn't think it, but it's really blowing pretty hard up there, especially around 2,000 feet where I was, because now we got to go on a drone reconnaissance because it's about a mile from here in the woods somewhere. So that's an interesting turn of events. Now we got to go find it. Okay, so this is me right now, walking through the woods with my iPad, following my little blue dot, and seeing if I can find what's left of my drone. So at least it's not summertime and have to worry about rattlesnakes right at the moment. So yeah, we just got to go through all that. No big deal. All right, so we're getting kind of close And it has the option to start flashing and beeping on here. So I don't know how long that option will last, because well, obviously it went down, forced itself to land because the battery was low, because it's blowing like 40 miles an hour up at 2,000 feet. I checked the aviation website, so it was really blowing. And of course now where the drone is in all of that thick stuff. So this should be a lot of fun trying to find it up in here. Oh great, a creek. I don't even know whose property I'm on. Now we gotta cross the creek. Yeah, this is great. Really great. There's some briars. This is not what I had envisioned this morning, but yeah, it's the price you pay. I don't know for what, but anyway. All right, where are we at? Aaron's coming to help us look too. He's on his way. Let's see. Following my little blue dot. At least it kind of opened up some. Hopefully nobody's got a moonshine still back here and thinks we're trying to check on them. So getting pretty close to the dot. I guess I'm gonna hit that button when I get a little closer to it. And another thick spot. Okay, so of course, looks like our drone went down somewhere in the swamp. I just heard something take off running that way. Hopefully it's deer. Oh yeah, it's nice and deep. And just got some, some little briars down here. Nothing huge. Wash my boot off. I'm getting pretty close though. I'm scared to hit the beeping and flashing button, because I know the thing doesn't have much battery. But maybe I'll try to get a little bit closer. Oh, that was deep. All the way up to the jeans on that one. Man, why couldn't it have gone down in like a nice meadow or something instead of this mess? The briars are crazy thick. I mean, look at this junk. And I gotta go through here. I swear, things I do for this damn YouTube channel. I hope you guys will hit subscribe, at least, on this video. Big clearing here. Hope that's not wild hogs. That would be interesting. Alright, so we gotta be like right on top of this thing. Ooh, I do not like the signs I'm worried about hogs down in here. They are not nice creatures and have razor sharp tusks. And this would be the perfect environment for them. Hopefully my drone crashing scared them off. Okay, I'm about to hit the button here in a minute. Golly. Tell you one thing, if this was summertime, I believe I'll just have to chalk this one up to a lost drone. Thank goodness. All right, some clearing. All right, getting closer, getting closer. All right, I say let's hit the button. Let's see. I'll go just a tad bit further. My blue button, or blue dot, ain't moving as quick as I want it to. And I hate to waste that battery. And, you know, not be able to find it. So, great. Of course, it is showing the blue dot. Oh, that's interesting. Something lives in that hole. So if I have to drop the camera and climb a tree, you'll know why. Ooh, that's really clear down in there too. Hopefully it's just deer made all these trails. At least that's what I'm gonna tell myself right now. All right, come on. Another creek. It's like my blue dot keeps moving around on the freaking thing. I think I'm close. And then the GPS will redo. Oh, it's deep. And I'm not as close as I thought I was. God, are you kidding me right now? Where the hell is this thing at? Now I got briars all over me. Jesus. Well, tell you one thing I won't be doing. That's flying stupid high up in the sky again, because that wind didn't look like it was blowing. But I mean, if it wasn't. All right, let's hit the button. Aircraft not connected. Well, duh. That's because it's crashed. All right. Hey, Aaron. Here comes Aaron to help us. Aaron, I need you to sniff it out, buddy. Yeah. And you can't hit the flashing and beeping button because it says it's not connected. You know, I'm like, duh, it's not connected, it's crashed. And my blue dot keeps bouncing around because of GPS. And I got a meeting in 10 minutes. Come down here, look at this iPad. Here, you hold this thing. I was trying to film and find it. I think it's He's back this way some more. No, we're the blue dot. The triangle is the drone. I just came from that way. Try to hit that button again, the beeping, and see if it'll. Yeah.
You don't have your remote and shit. I don't think it'll hook up without the remote.
The truck, and I'm not going back to get it. I just thought it had some type of, last ditch effort with battery power just to make noise. You didn't have to have the remote. Across that creek. Yeah, I think this is where I came up through. Watch out them briars down there. They're gnarly.
I went to the left of that tree, big ass tree, and around that little shit.
Yeah. There's a deep hole right there. Already stepped in that one. I might just be easier to walk in this creek. Holy boots. If we could find that stupid blue triangle. Getting close. Might be stuck up in the canopy.
Now we're going closer to 20 being here. Let's go to the right.
Okay. It's a little bitty drone. On top of it, huh? Let me see.
No, we were.
Okay. Here, drone. Where you at, little buddy? I was trying to fly home, so I was headed, towards the landfill. Yeah, I know. They took off running a while ago. Then I was like, oh great, that's probably some wild hogs, and just add to my day. Yeah, I got my pistol too.
On this slope, all I could think of was coming from like a coyote den or some shit. We were walking. They're all around where it's plotted at. And I've been looking in the trees.
Yeah, me too.
On the off chance that it did hang up, there's not a lot of foliage.
No.
This time of year, which is good, but
I want to try to make it through this crap and get up to that clearing over there. But it is thick. Hang on, Broward's got your back. Are you good? What do you say? Don't use words like snake. A little bit easier at least, but All right, I'm gonna turn this camera off for a minute. My arm's tired, and let's see if I can find this thing. Oh, there's somebody shooting now, so that's always good when you're way back in the woods. And I can't find the damn thing. Huh. Somebody used to have a moonshine still. A couple old bottles down here. They get down this thick, make the liquor. Oh, all right. I may have to give up. I may have to go get that remote and come back. Okay, I'm definitely out of shape, but that's a long butt way over there. Luckily, I have some Tahitian treat. Aaron's gonna come back and look for the drone because I gotta go meet with a guy, so hopefully we find it.
Well, here it is. And we were able to shake it out of the tree, locating it with another drone. But the best part is, now we've got to track back out. He would lose it in the swamp, in the mud. To get my feet all wet. Not to mention these guys. Way to go, boss man. You get to lose all your toys and send everybody else to go find them.
The drone hunter.
Woo!
You found it.
There it is.
You the man. How bad is it?
It's not bad. It was within about 10 feet of your last plotted point, but
No
it was
way.
about 60 feet higher than what we thought it was.
How in the world did you get it down?
Just shook the tree. It was a little tiny tree.
Well, I'll
I
be.
don't want to get my drone to find it. No, it didn't break nothing.
Yeah, I was just asking if you want to take the drone up if it's hung in the tree.
That's funny.
Trees, but it's the same color as the sky right now. You can figure it out.
I guess I gotta buy you lunch now,
Hell yeah.
A double.
Steak and lobster.
huh? Hey. Awesome, man. Well, thank you, buddy.